That means the chair has to, it means the CEO has to come. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the Community Transit Board of Directors meeting for February 5th, 2026. This meeting is conducted in hybrid format, both in person and remote, and is recorded and live streamed. I'd like to welcome our new board members, Edmonds City Council Member Susan Payne, Mount Lake Terrace City Council Member Matsumoto Wright, and Linwood Council Member David Parshaw. Thank you guys for your service. We appreciate you being here. I'd like to ask now Rachel, our board clerk, to call roll, please.
Council Chair Dunn, she's online.
I'm here.
Thank you. Mayor Marine.
Here.
Thank you. Councilmember Matsumoto Wright. Thank you. Councilmember Merrill.
Here, thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Nearing.
Here, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Payne. Thank you. Councilmember Partial.
Here.
Labor Representative Perkins. Councilmember Peterson. And Mayor Roberts.
I'm here.
Chair, we do have a quorum of board members. For our board alternates, we have Councilmember Araya online, and we have Councilmember Gallagher and Mayor Vanny in person. And that concludes roll.
Thank you very much. We'll move on then to our public comment segment. Each speaker has 3 minutes to provide comments. Remarks must be relevant to community transit services, programs, projects, or activities. We'll start with in-room comments. Is there anyone signed up or anyone that would like to, do we have a sign-up sheet? Do we have anyone signed up? Doesn't look like we do. I don't think we do. Is there anyone in the room that would like to make a public comment today? Okay, we'll move on then from in-room comments and we'll go to remote comments. Is there anyone online that would like to make a comment? So,
yes, we do have a gentleman online.
Okay.
Here he is.
All right. It's Mr. Sarush Hashadoluvula. Sorry for the butcher, but go ahead, Sarush. You have 3 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hello, board. My name is Sarush. I'm a freshman at Glacier Peak High School, and I'm here to advocate for a simple but essential improvement to Route 109. Adding a stop at Cathcart Way and 144th Place Southeast by Glacier Peak High School. Currently, Route 109 stops are over a 10-minute walk from the Glacier Peak and Little Cedars campus. The fact that high school students, and elementary students too, since there's an elementary school right across the street, need to walk for 11 odd minutes along the high-speed arterial that is Cathcart Way to reach a bus stop isn't just a convenience issue, it's a safety and ridership barrier. Students who want to take the bus, but the current stop placements make it impractical. I know this can be done. I've already worked with your customer care team on adding a stop by McCollum Park and Ride, about 5 miles down the road. I'm thrilled that Community Transit is taking initiative and seeking permits to put a stop there later this year, but there's still more to be done. I was told by the customer care team that building the bus pullouts to make this happen is a currently unfunded project. I humbly ask Community Transit to prioritize this important safety improvement in the 2026 amended budget in the spring, or at the very least prioritize this in the 2027 budget. I also request a formal update on this project via email, which I've sent to the executiveoffice@comtrans.org email address. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your comments. They're very much appreciated. I saw several people shaking their heads in the crowd, so I think your comments are well taken. Thank you, Sarush. Is there anybody else online that would like to make a comment today other than staff? So we'll close public comments. Thank you very much. And that moves us to the CEO report. CEO Elgin Fritz, it's your time to speak.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, members of the board. I'll add my thanks and welcome to our new board members. Appreciate you all being here and looking very much forward to working with you. And congratulating Labor Representative Perkins as well on her appointment now to be here as our labor representative. We have a lot to do together and we're looking forward to a big year, so we'll jump right in. Just an update on what I've been up to around the region and in Olympia. Last week I attended the Washington State Transit Association board meeting in Olympia. And the EASC was down there as well for their lobby day in Olympia. Got to make the rounds, meet with a number of key legislators on the House and Senate Transportation Committees. We heard from Megan Cotton, Governor Ferguson's transportation advisor. Heard from Secretary of Transportation Julie Meredith as well. Had a lot of time to talk about the state transportation budget, the grant programs that we participate in, and learned a lot. And we're able to network and update folks on the projects we're working on up here. So that was a successful outing. Early in the last week, got the chance to attend the Marysville State of the City event, which is always a pleasure. And as that's the season, look forward to get to as many of those as I can, and we'll have staff fanning out to cover others as well. On the federal front, breaking news of sorts. We got word from Senator Murray. She actually placed a call to me earlier this week to let us know that the Senate had passed the transportation appropriations bill along with several others. And in that bill were included 3 earmarks for community transit totaling $7 million for the Gold Line, designing the Gold Line, for design and construction of the Green Line terminus facility as part of that extension project, and also for replacement buses. So we continue to get great support from our congressional delegation as they invest in what we're trying to get done here. Quick note on service levels and reliability. We've talked before about our maintenance capacity being a constraint on service growth and service reliability. We have a multi-year strategy in place to address that. Just wanted to give you a sense of how things are going. We had a rough couple of weeks over the holidays, missed more trips than we would like. But over the past couple of weeks, we've been able to bring the number of missed trips down to what we would consider normal or acceptable levels for now. We continue to work on that and look at it each week at the executive leadership team, and Roland gives us regular reports. I'm delighted to also report that we hired 4 journey mechanics in the last week, 3 new folks coming in from outside, and our first one coming across from Transdev, and they will start in coming weeks, and that's going to be a big, big help. So we'll keep you updated on that as we go forward, because we expect it to fluctuate as we complete our contracted services transition over the course of this year. Quick note on IT infrastructure. Obviously, we're a very tech-driven organization. It pervades everything we do in every part of our operation. We've got a bit of a theme today on our board agenda with multiple items investing in technology replacement and technology upgrades. We are, as with our rolling stock and our transit infrastructure, we practice state of good repair with our IT infrastructure, and we replace things as they reach end of life. And you're seeing that on our board agenda today. A couple of those things are on the consent agenda. Those are relatively low dollar replacement items. There was one that exceeded the $1 million threshold. So per our custom, that will be on our action agenda. So just want to make sure everybody's aware that our IT team is on point and making sure that our systems are up to date and functioning properly. Sustainability, Alexa passed out pins before the meeting started. Under our resolution 1-25 last year, the board set up our sustainability policy statement and created the framework for our sustainability action plan to go forward. And it has gone forward. It has been reported through our committees earlier last month, and is included in the board packet today. Our 2025 to 2030 Sustainability Action Plan sets forth clear goals and strategies for moving our agency into more of a sustainable mode of operation, prioritizing people, the planet, and prosperity. So please take a look at that and the associated roadmap in your packet. On the marketing front, our communications team continues to see success. We just learned this week that the American Public Transit Association has recognized community transit with not 1, but 2 excellence awards for marketing campaigns. One is the Transit Effect with Ken Jennings. So if you have an opportunity to see the segments we've produced with him, articulating the value proposition for public transportation here and nationally, that's gotten a notable amount of national attention, and he's been a great spokesperson for the agency. And also our youth marketing program. So Natalie Lawrence was here last year reporting to the board on that program. That too was recognized as an excellence, for an excellence award by APTA. So that's great news, and congratulations to Jeff and his team. On the regional front, all the transit agencies are working together and coordinating to get ready for World Cup, which is right around the corner. And you probably saw the news this week on the tap to pay functionality that has been launched, and we're now able to allow people, permit people, make it possible for people to pay with a contactless system with their smartphone or credit card. And we're still obviously hoping folks will use Orca cards as well, but we're trying to make it as easy as possible for all of the folks who will be visiting here to use transit and pay their fares. So great news. Also, today's a big day because we're selecting board officers. We also have to identify a Puget Sound Regional Council Transportation Policy Board representative. You all know that Kim Daughtry held that role down for many years and did so very effectively. So we've got an opening there for the first time in a while. We also need an alternate. It's a key position for us to keep pace with regional transportation planning. Funding process for formula and competitive grants. We use that information from the region to inform our own planning efforts and our own project prioritization efforts internally. So it's a really important partnership that we have, and I just wanted to put a little emphasis on that because we'll be seeing a change there for the first time in some time. And I couldn't conclude my report without saying go Hawks. We are preparing, as I knock on wood, to with our partners to get ready for a big regional event should the need arise next week. You'll all recall about 10 years ago, there were about 750,000 people who made their way to downtown Seattle. Back then, light rail stopped at Westlake, but now with the system terminating in Linwood, we would expect to see a massive influx of folks through the county down to that point. So we're getting ready along with our partners should the need arise. So I hope everybody has a great time this weekend thinking about that. That concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Go Hawks, indeed. All right, we'll go on to committee reports. Executive Committee met on January 15th. Mayor Marine, Councilmember Merrill, and I attended. The CEO report that was provided, and the next committee meeting is scheduled for February 15th at 11:30 a.m. And we'll move on then to the Finance, Performance, and Oversight Committee. Mayor Naring.
Yeah, thank you. I was able to preside over a meeting that I think lasted about 11 minutes, which was fun. The Finance, Performance, and Oversight Committee met on January the 15th in a hybrid format. Board member Strom Peterson and myself attended. The committee reviewed and recommended 2 items to the consent agenda here today: approval of the December 2025 monthly expenditures and payroll vouchers will be items 6F through K on consent, and the award of RFP 2025-131, the PeopleSoft support and maintenance item as well. We received a couple reports: the sales tax report from December of 2025, unaudited, and in December of 2025, Community Transit collected approximately $17.3 million in sales tax revenue, approximately $66,000 more than budgeted. So that's good news. A copy of that report is in your packet. Diesel fuel update was also presented for December of 25. The average cost year to date through that month was $3.28 per gallon, while the average cost per gallon budgeted in 2025 was $4 a gallon. So more good news there. This resulted in a favorable variance of 72 cents per gallon year to date through December. Starting in 2026, updates on diesel fuel expenditures will be included in the quarterly financial reports instead of the monthly standalone. The next meeting for this committee will be 2 p.m. Thursday, the 19th of February, 2026, and again in a hybrid format. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Naring. Appreciate it. Strategic Alignment and Capital Development Committee, Councilmember Merrill.
Yes, the Strategic Alignment and Capital Development Committee meeting was held remotely via Zoom on January 21st at 2 p.m. Meeting was attended by Councilmember Dunn, Labor Rep Perkins, and myself. The committee reviewed and forwarded 3 consent items to today's agenda: award RFP 2026-005 Palo Alto firewall replacement, RFP 2026-006 virtual desktop infrastructure host replacement. And RFQ 2025-133 HCVM, and I don't remember what that acronym stands for, paint and prep booth improvement design. The committee also reviewed and forwarded one action item to today's agenda, award RFP 2026-004 mobile access routers replacement. The committee received an informational update regarding the 2025-2030 Sustainability Action Plan. The next meeting for the Strategic Alignment and Capital Development Committee is scheduled for Wednesday, February 18th at 2 p.m. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Merrill. Appreciate it. All right, we're on to the consent agenda. Would anyone like to remove an item from the consent agenda today? Anything? All good? All good? I'd entertain a motion.
I
Mayor Marine.
move the consent items.
Okay, motion made by Mayor Marine and seconded by Councilmember Payne. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Thank you so much. All right, on to action items. Award RFP number 2026-004 mobile access routers, MARs, replacement. Mike Berman is coming up to discuss this with us. Thank you, Mike. Welcome.
I brought a prop.
Oh, nice.
This is a mobile access router. I just want to point out that in all the years that Mike Suela has been presenting to you about coaches, you've never seen him once bring a coach into here to show you. So
Yeah, that's right.
So we have 560 of these guys all over our network. They're in all the coaches, they're at all Swift stations, and they're in all supervisor vehicles. They provide life safety communications from our frontline employees to transit operations, including dispatch, and they also provide customer information to all of our customers at Swift stops. Our devices are about 9 years old. They've lasted a long time. We've got good life out of them, but they're end of life. They've been end of life by the vendor for 2 years. And now the vendor is pulling our ability, or has pulled the ability for us to manage these remotely. So what that means is if we have a problem with one of them, we have to go find the coach, or we have to go out to the Swift station, some remote locations, and deal with them in the field. So it becomes very inefficient to do that. So we're looking to replace all of these. And the replacement also affords us to move from a 4G MAR to a 5G MAR. The new MARs that we're looking at, they're just like these. It's the same vendor, but they're 5G. And that gives us greater bandwidth, faster speeds, and more devices. So when we put one of these at Edmonds Swift station for testing, because we were having real problems with the MAR out there staying connected, it worked flawlessly, particularly when all of the kids got out of school. So, any questions?
Board members, are there questions for Mr. Berman? This matter? Okay, Councilmember Payne.
Thank you. How long will these be expected to, what's their life expectancy?
So they stay supported by the vendor for about 6 years. We keep them longer as long as we can continue to get to them. And then when the vendor finally says, no, we're not going to let you do that anymore, then we replace them. So another probably 8 years.
Okay, thank you.
All right, other questions, board members? If not, we have a pretty motion up on the screen. Does someone like to make that?
So I'll make the motion that the Board of Directors authorize the Chief Executive Officer to negotiate and award the purchase of mobile access routers and antennas using Omnia Partners contract number R2500302 for RFP 2026-004 from CompuNet for a not to exceed amount of $1,140,000, including tax.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Councilmember Merrill and seconded by Mayor Joe Marine. Any discussion on this matter? Any questions, board members? Don't see anybody. All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you in 9 years again, right? All right, we're on to approve resolution number 02-26, property purchase, and Roland Behe is going to come in. I think this one might not go quite as quick, but thanks, Roland, you're on.
All right. For those of you I haven't met, Roland Behe, Chief Operating Officer here at Community Transit. I'm also I'm gonna point back here to my partner in this work, Sarah So, who directs our facilities division. Sarah's been the prime mover in this work and has a lot of expertise in acquiring properties and developing as a part of her facility function in her past career. So I want to publicly thank Sarah for her work in this area. The subject today is a real estate purchase. As the board is aware, Community Transit is always evaluating our operation, the scope of it, and the fit between that operation and the facilities and infrastructure that we have to support it. And so we're always mindful of our capacity, and we're alert for opportunities. And the subject today came up because the property next door was offered for sale. That is a rare opportunity. It also is something that happens at a point in time when we are becoming acutely aware of the lack of parking for employees, the tight parking for our operational vehicles, and the expanding footprint of the agency overall as we get into new lines of transportation and as the scope of the organization grows with the county. So it happens at an opportune time. What you're seeing on screen here, just a brief orientation. This property is immediately next door, so I'm pointing to my left. It's in that direction, shares our fence line. So immediately adjacent to us, just north of Cash Park, the athletic facility that's in the area as well, and just across the street to the north of our Cash Park operating base. So it's got really good proximity. And forms a potential expansion to this campus that we have with this building, with the Cash Park base, and also with the training facility that is across the street here. It comprises 7.5 acres of land with about 108,000 square foot warehouse facility, and within that footprint, there's about 20,000 square foot of retail space. The Goodwill has occupied this site since it was constructed. It is relatively modern, constructed in 2009, and is in good shape. Let's go to the next slide, Angel. So just in terms of how we got here or where we've been in the process, the property was listed by the seller in September of 2025. We became aware of it very quickly and aware of the potential opportunity. And so staff began an immediate analysis to determine the fit for potential future operational needs of the organization. Satisfied that it was a good opportunity from that perspective, we began a deeper dive, and Sarah and her resources began an assessment in terms of the market and confirming that this represented good value from a public investment perspective. Satisfying those requirements, we kept moving forward and engaged with the seller in making offer and in negotiation, and were able to arrive at a price. In November, the board approved entering into a purchase and sale agreement with the agreed upon price of $25,350,000, which you'll recall as action in the fall. And then further, in January, at your last meeting, the board approved the budget amendment, which provided the funding envelope for this. And agency has adequate funding and reserves, and that teed that up should the process continue to move forward. In the last couple of months, staff have been engaged in due diligence on the property in terms of doing the environmental and structural evaluation to confirm that what we're getting is going to suit our needs and is appropriate. That due diligence has been satisfied. And another feature of this is that the Goodwill would like to stay in place at this location for at least a couple more years. And so we have negotiated a lease back with them and are satisfied with those terms. and that would be a minimum of 24 months at $120,000 per month. So there's a revenue stream coming back to the organization, while also giving us time to do further study in terms of the details of how might this most advantageously fit our strategic future in terms of our service profile, the needs we have for operations, maintenance, and administrative capacity. So it's a good fit both ways in terms of satisfying their immediate need and also allowing us the time for really thoughtful planning around it. So the action in front of you is Resolution 0226, which would give the CEO authority to complete all aspects of the transaction. And I'll just say the resolution is that the Board of Directors adopt Resolution 0226, authorizing purchase of the property located at 2208 West Casino Road, Everett, Washington, to support future growth, enhance operational efficiency, and provide flexibility for long-term facilities and fleet planning. And we would be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, Roland, thank you. Are there questions? We've had this in front of us a few times, but we're here for questions. And Mayor Marine.
Thank you, Roland. Are we just purchasing it outright on capital? Are we bonding it? How are we?
We're paying cash.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're
Yeah.
taking it out of that. So then actually it's nice to be able to lease that back. So it's about roughly a 5% return on investment roughly. So it's not too bad until we can use it. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right. Are there other questions? Councilmember Merrill.
Yes, we're looking at this for future growth. Do you have any sense of how far into the future this will carry us on our growth projections for space?
I would say, it's difficult to pin down like an actual time period. I would say some of the advantages of this is it really gives us flexibility. I think that's the single greatest advantage. And just to give a couple of examples, we haven't done the detailed planning to come up with, the concrete plan for that, but we unquestionably have needs today in terms of capacity from a parking, like I said, both the employee and also from a revenue vehicle perspective. The building itself, and it's largely a blank slate. It's a big open space to a great extent. And it may allow, for example, flexibility of doing maintenance inside that footprint with a level of tenant improvement. We also have, the ability, for example, to develop some of it for administrative space if we needed it, but I think it really has a lot of operational potential. The other piece of it in terms of providing an important part of the ultimate expansion plan is as we begin, for example, remodeling across the street with future phases of our facility master plan, now we have some swing space that is available for even if it's temporary relocation of operational needs while we're under construction in that space. And that's a big advantage for us. We used to have swing space embedded in our existing operating facilities because we weren't utilizing them to the extent that we are today. We've completely used that up. We have a more limited ability to do things like training in the yard. When we purchase new cohorts of revenue vehicles, for instance, you have that overlap where buses are arriving and you haven't yet taken all the equipment off the old buses to then surplus them and sell them, and you need parking for those kinds of things. And so having this kind of adjacent space to the operation just lends an incredible amount of future operational flexibility for temporary purposes and also for long-term development.
Thank you.
All right. Other questions from board members? Just to have a comment. My profession is real estate for 42 years. And I've always said that the property next door is worth more to you than it is to somebody else, right? Because of the utility and what you can do with it. So I think this looks like a pretty solid deal. Thank you for the due diligence that you guys have really been, looking under every little spot and did all the environmental studies. And so thank you for doing that. So I think we're ready for somebody to do
Motion?
ready to make a motion. Sure.
I move the board adopt resolution number 02-26, authorizing the purchase of property located at 2208 West Casino Road, Everett, Washington, to support future growth, enhance operational efficiency, and provide flexibility for long-term facilities and fleet planning.
All right. Motion made by Mayor Joe Marine. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Tom Merrill. Mayor Marine, as the maker of the motion, anything you'd like to say about
No,
it?
I think it's, as was said before, I think it's a smart move, something we're gonna need in the future, purchasing it now to hold it, and
Yeah.
we're getting a pretty good return on investment while we're holding it, so.
Joe
yeah,
likes that.
Win-win.
Joe thinks in terms of investments, don't you? And growth. Thank you. Okay, any other comments? But down, anybody online have a comment? I want to make sure I can't see the hands, but assuming not. Okay, all those in favor, then signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you,
Thank you.
Roland. Thank you, Board of Directors. I think this is a nice move and hopefully pay long-term dividends for the agency. All right, on to election of board members. All right, board members are elected at the February board meeting each year. The positions elected include the leadership positions on the board chair, vice chair, and secretary for a one-year term. Nominations will be taken from the board for each officer position. Any voting member of the board is eligible for a position. The positions will be elected in this order: the chair first, vice chair, and then the secretary. Any board member can nominate themselves or nominate others. The officers may, if reelected, serve consecutive terms. Voting members may vote or may abstain. So the person with the majority of votes, 5 in this situation, correct, 5, will take the position. Plurality votes aren't considered applicable and Robert's rules won't apply here. That means if there's 3 for 1, 2 for 1, you have to have 5, all right? If there are more than 2 nominees for any position, I've got a little workaround for that. So with that said, are there questions of board members about the process? Any questions about the process? Most of you have been through this before. So the floor, go slow for the chair. He's old. So the floor is now open for nominations for the chair position. And you can nominate yourself. Mayor Neri.
Yeah, I'll nominate Mayor Marine.
Are there other nominations? You may self-nominate if you like. Other nominations? Other nominations? Okay, we'll close the nominations for chair. And I think we ought to still vote on it, shouldn't we? Yeah. So all those in favor of Mayor Marine becoming the chair for 2026, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Mayor Marine. You've done it before. You'll do a good job, I'm sure of it. So thank you. All right, the floor is now open for nominations for the vice chair position. Are there nominations?
I'd like to nominate Councilmember
That
Kyoko
person.
Matsumoto, right? I would call her mayor, but that's not accurate any longer, but yeah, Councilmember Matsumoto, right?
Okay, Matsumoto Wright is on the floor. Are there other nominations for vice chair? Other nominations for vice chair? Making this easy. Going once, going twice. We'll close the nominations, and all those in favor of, I want to say Mayor Matsumoto Wright too, Councilmember Matsumoto Wright serving as a vice chair, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Congratulations. Councilmember Wright should become the vice chair for 2026. Good deal. The floor is now open for nominations for the secretary position.
I would nominate Mayor John Neri.
Mayor John Neri. All right, are there other nominations for secretary? Other nominations for secretary? Going once, going twice? We'll close those.
I'm gonna make one.
Okay,
I'd like to nominate Councilmember Megan Dunn.
okay. Councilmember Megan Dunn. Are there any other nominations for secretary? Okay, I think so we'll close the nomination process. I think what we'll do on this is go ahead and have a roll call vote since I think it's easier just to do it that way. So you'll be asked who you support and just name their name and the clerk will tally them and let me know how the voting goes.
Okay, we'll start with Council Chair Dunn for her vote.
I'll vote for Megan Dunn. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a surprise.
Okay, next is Mayor Marine.
Mayor Nearing,
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Matsumoto Wright.
Pressure at the first meeting, right?
That's right.
Her vote's for Mayor Nearing. Thank you. Councilmember Merrill.
Vote for Councilmember Megan Dunn.
Thank you. Mayor Nearing.
I'll vote for John Nearing. I'll cancel out Councilmember Dunn's vote. I'll vote for myself.
Thank you.
That's how it works.
Yep. Councilmember Payne.
I'll put my vote for Megan Dunn.
Thank you. Councilmember Partial.
Councilmember Dunn.
Thank you. And we don't have Councilmember Peterson. So Mayor Roberts.
Mayor Naring. So now you're just putting me in a spot here. There's 4 for each. So the way that we can, there's several ways to break a tie. One would be to take a revote, and the other would be there's several ways. You can decide how you would want to proceed. I guess I could ask if anyone wants to change their vote, or I'm looking to Al for that.
Yeah, I would recommend a revote.
Okay, let's recommend a revote. All right, let's run it through one more time. You know, we don't want to filibuster here, but we definitely want to get an equitable choice. Rachel, would
Okay,
you call the
great.
roll, please?
Vote by roll call. Council Chair Dunn.
I will vote for Mayor Nearing.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Marine.
Mayor Nearing,
Okay. Councilmember Matsumoto Wright. Okay, Mayor Nearing. Councilmember Merrill.
I'll vote for Mayor Nearing.
Mayor Nearing. Mayor Nearing, your vote, please.
I guess I'll vote for myself, and thanks to Councilmember Dunn.
Councilmember Payne.
Mayor Nearing.
Okay. Councilmember Partial.
Mayor Nearing.
Okay. And Mayor Roberts.
Mayor Naring, thank you.
Okay.
All right. So Mayor Naring will serve as the secretary for 2026. Thank you so much. And thank you to all. Great democracy and a lot of integrity here. And so we're happy. Congratulations to the 2026 board members. Board members, Rachel will contact you following the meeting to collect your committee assignments requests for the year. The board chair will then finalize committee assignments in time for the February committee meetings. So get to work, Joe. So, all right. Thank you so much for the process. On to the chair's report. Well, this is my last meeting as chair. It's been a lot of fun, and what everybody else has said, it goes really quick. I mean, you just get signed up and then it's over. Right? So, but thank you. It's been a lot of fun to have Rick come up to Stanwood and have breakfast. And except I've been on a diet the last 2 times, so it's really been kind of he's just pigging out, and I'm just having coffee. But it's all been good, and so I've enjoyed it. And that's true, isn't it?
Sausage and gravy.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun, and it's a great board to serve on, and the staff particularly it makes it really, really good. So very grateful, and grateful for the group that we have as the new leadership. They're folks that have done this before, and look forward to serving with them on the executive committee. All right, the next regular board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, March 5th at 3 p.m. All right, so we are on to the selection of the Puget Sound Regional Council member and alternate. CEO Elgin Fritz, thank you for outlining the importance in your CEO report. Appreciate that. Now the board will just go ahead and that went so well before. We're just going to do this again. The selection of the Puget Sound Regional Council member. an alternate. A lot of work for that job, and so we appreciate it.
And that's the Transportation Committee specifically?
TPP.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because it doesn't say
Yeah,
that
yeah,
here,
yeah.
so.
Okay. And all right, so we can do this a number of ways. Is there anyone that was willing to volunteer for that first position to be the primary member?
I volunteer.
Okay, Councilmember Payne, the volunteer. Any other volunteers for that? It's a lot of work. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, going once, going twice. All right. We will. Yeah, we will vote. So all those in favor of Councilmember Payne serving as this first Puget Sound Regional Council Transportation Policy Board member, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, congratulations. Thank you. All right, so we need an alternate too. So is there anyone willing to serve this position as the alternate?
No, that was
If this was an auction, you would have just bought something. I have to say, is anyone here willing to serve as the alternate?
Almost want to call you mayor as well, but does Councilmember Matsumoto, did you want to do it? Okay.
Oh, as the alternate? Okay, all right. So Councilmember Parshaw is willing to serve as the alternate. Is anybody else wanting to step in that position? I don't think so. All those in favor of Councilmember Parshaw serving as the alternate to the Puget Sound Regional Council Transportation Policy Board, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Step right up to the board and sign up. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, David. So that's awesome. Thank you. All right. No executive session today. Rick has some comments, I think. Do you?
I do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
First of all, I want to thank Councilmember Dunn for her judicious leadership. And for her interest in leadership here at the agency, and I hope she'll continue to have that interest. I also want to thank the officers who have signed up. There's a lot of heavy lifting. We've been through this before, looking forward to doing it again. Exciting year ahead. And then for our PSRC representatives, I want to mention that our planning staff and our grants staff will be available to you to support and staff you in those meetings to make sure you know what's coming and what the staff work that has gone into preparing for Transportation Policy Board meetings. So you'll have access to those resources in that role. As the chair mentioned, this is his last meeting. So normally at this point in the meeting, we go into board communications, and I was fully expecting the chair to give a speech about how great his tenure was. But he thought that might be better coming from somebody else. So I'm excited to take a few minutes here and lavish some praise on Chair Roberts. It really has been a pleasure working with you. I will lead off the top with saying you run a really good meeting. And so that's just been a delight, the way that you take extra care to make sure everybody has a chance to be heard.
Yeah, thank you.
The way, the mechanics of it, the precision of it, making sure there's a pause between each move so people can think about what they're being asked to vote on or think about what the staff is presenting. Just really appreciate the skill that you've brought to that. 2025 was a very eventful year. On your watch, we cut the ribbon on our expanded shop. We saw an amazing customer response to our new microtransit pilot projects in Arlington and Lake Stevens and Darrington. We navigated some really challenging moments with our federal funding partnership. We had some pretty significant uncertainty there around that. And you presided over the agency's development of its first ever biennial budget. So a lot happened last year, and all the while we experienced 12% year-over-year ridership growth as the public continued to respond to the products that we're putting out there on the street. So appreciate you helping us through all of that. I valued those breakfasts as well. I think we explored all of the different eating establishments around Northwest Snohomish County and found some gems. There's some diners out there that I'll be going back to. But just having the opportunity to sit with you and think strategically about key challenges and and talk about the road ahead, just invaluable to me. And I know your approach and your kindly nature was very reassuring to the staff all year long. So on behalf of the staff, I would like to thank you for your leadership. I know I'm not going to let you go too far because you'll continue serving as a member of the executive committee, so we'll continue to benefit from your wisdom. And I'll just close by saying that many of you see how tight a meeting that Chair Roberts runs here. What you don't see is how he communicates in anecdotes offline. So a meeting with Sid Roberts over breakfast is a storytelling experience. We bring up topics and it inspires a story. So I've learned a lot about Kansas, Oklahoma, the Texas Panhandle, the early days of Sid's life in the Midwest and the Red River country. So anyway, that might have been my favorite part of the last year.
Oh, good.
So on behalf of the staff, I would love to present you with this memento of some of the key moments of your
Very
chairmanship.
good.
So
Very good.
there
Thank
you
you so
go.
much.
All right.
Thank you. Very, very good. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. Thank you for those kind comments. I wrote those, by the way, and sent them over to, so it's very, very, very good. So, okay, on to board communication. Councilmember Megan Dunn. She's still with us? I think.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, just quickly, I wanted to just congratulate David Parshall. His name was put forward by the executive for the Sound Transit representative, kind of in a way representing community transit. So we need someone on a transit board to be on the Sound Transit board. So he will be completing the term for Mayor Frazell. So council confirmed his appointment yesterday, I think. Everything's a blur. So congratulations to David, and thank you for putting yourself forward for that position. And congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Dunn. Thank you, Councilmember Parshall that's awesome. Mayor Joe Marine.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mayor Roberts, for your time as the chair. That was all very good. I do believe that you may have written that because I love your writing. I read what you put into the Herald, always very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And hopefully it makes other people think, which is why you're writing that. And then I was just curious if using Ken Jennings, does that put us in any sort of jeopardy or?
No.
I didn't know if that was, nobody else thought of that one? Come on. I was like,
Get ready for a wild ride this year.
low hanging fruit there. You guys missed me. I know you did. So no, I am excited. I was just figuring I would come in as the secretary and just, work my way up again. And so I guess I'll thrust right back in, which I appreciate. This is my third time as president, and I love this organization and happy to serve in that role. And Matsumoto Wright, very much happy that you're part of that as well as Mayor Nearing as well. And of course, you'll be there to regale us with your stories of the wagon train.
But I don't tell bad jokes, Joe. That's just
No,
the difference.
Mine are bad. What are you talking about? Anyway, so looking forward to it. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Joe. Appreciate it so much. Councilmember Tom Merrill.
Nothing much for me, just thank you all for the new board members for being here and representing us so well. Looking forward to working with you again as we go forward. And I'll be rolling off the exec committee and look forward to hearing what you had to say going forward. Thank you.
Okay. Mayor John Nearing.
Yeah, I'll also thank you, Chair Roberts. Great job. Appreciate your leadership on the board and looking forward to continue to work with you. And looking forward to Mayor Marine's tenure here as a board chair. Also, congrats. It's good to see Councilmember Parshall and on Sound Transit, and then Councilmember Payne getting some new folks involved in some of these more regional boards. I think is for Puget Sound Regional Council as well. I think is great for the agency, and so looking forward to that. And thank you for coming to the State of the City, Rick, and some other folks from Community Transit. It's always great to have our friends from CT there. So, yeah, looking forward to another good year.
Yeah, perfect. Councilmember Payne.
Well, thank you. I am pleased to be here. I am just really honored and happy to serve. This is one of the things that I've always enjoyed, and I enjoy the policy work. I enjoy the thoughtfulness, and you guys just have really good vibes. So it's wonderful that your culture is really amazing, and I attribute that to a lot of, love and care and a part of the sustainability pieces that we, know about thoroughly here. Looking forward to serving and always up for an adventure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Payne. Councilmember Parshaw.
I do want to thank Chair Roberts and all of our outgoing officers for their work in the past year, and congratulations to the new officers going forward. Thank you, everyone, for the warm welcome. As Councilmember Dunn alluded to, it has been kind of a whirlwind of boards for me for the past week or so. And now going to do PRSC with Councilmember Payne as well. So it is really important, though, to the city of Linwood. We're such a transportation hub, so I'm looking forward to really digging in, being a sponge, and continue that work for Snohomish County and Linwood and all our cities. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Labor Representative Perkins.
I want to second what's already been said and looking forward to a very productive 2026.
Yeah, all right. Okay, all right, thank you. Don't think Councilmember Peterson's on. Councilmember Matsumoto Wright.
Thank you. I've been wanting to be on this board for a long, long time, and I'm happy that I'm finally here. And I hope that it's going to be a great ride. And I'm pretty sure it will be.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Councilmember Wright. All right, to board alternates, Councilmember Sabina Araya.
No comment from me. Thank you for the new leadership of the board. I'm looking forward to this year to see all the great work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Araya. Councilmember Gallagher, anything you got to? Okay, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Let me see, Councilmember Don Vanny, anything? Mayor Don Van, I got through a whole meeting without doing it. Mayor Don Vanny. Okay, thank you, Mayor Vanny. Appreciate it. All right, is there any other business for the good of the order today? Not from staff. Not from staff and not from anyone in the audience. So I will adjourn the meeting at 3:50. Have a great weekend and go Hawks. Oh,
If I could remind the board, members of the board will be gathering out in the front hall for a board photo right after